Ferocious row
This is
erupts
a
at
cancer
PMQs.
charity saying
Keir
they have
Starmer
no
accused of
option
lying and
but to
shamed over
reduce
Brexit
services.
plans. During
Did
the
the
Prime
Chancellor
Minister's
tell the
questions,
Prime Minister that her
PMQs,
jobs
session on
tax was
December
going to
18,
hit charities?
2024, a heated exchange occurred between Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer and Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch. Badenoch accused Starmer of planning to give away our hard-won Brexit freedoms by reopening negotiations with the European Union. She claimed that Labour's approach would result in concessions such as granting the EU access to British fishing waters and reinstating oversight by the European Court of Justice. Badenoch stated, "The truth is they are punching the British people in the face. If he's looking for a New Year's resolution, why doesn't he start by telling the truth?" In response, Starmer criticized the previous Conservative government's economic management, highlighting a £22 billion budget deficit and record-high net migration figures. He remarked, "Whilst they carp from the sidelines talking the country down, this government is getting on with the job." This confrontation underscores the ongoing political tensions surrounding Brexit and the UK's future relationship with the EU. Labour's proposal to renegotiate aspects of the Brexit deal has sparked significant debate, with critics arguing it could undermine the UK's sovereignty, while proponents believe it aims to secure a more favourable arrangement. The Prime Minister's questions, PMQs, session on December 18, 2024, turned into a fiery battleground as UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer clashed with the Conservative Party leader, Kemi Badenoch. The heated exchanges, filled with accusations and counterclaims, centred on critical issues such as Brexit, the economy, and Britain's future relationship with the European Union, EU. This session not only revealed the deep divisions in British politics, but also raised important questions about the direction the country is heading under Starmer's leadership. The spark that ignited the clash, at the heart of the row, was Kemi Badenoch's accusation that Keir Starmer's Labour government was planning to undermine the Brexit freedoms that the UK fought so hard to secure. Badenoch, a staunch Brexiteer and emerging political force within the Conservative Party, did not hold back in her critique. She alleged that Labour's proposed renegotiation of the Brexit deal would lead to significant concessions, such as reopening British fishing waters to EU control and reinstating oversight by the European Court of Justice, ECJ, two contentious issues that many Brexiteers consider red lines. In a passionate and scathing address, Badenoch declared, "The truth is they are stabbing the British people in the back. What this government is doing is nothing short of punching the very voters who fought for Brexit in the face. If the Prime Minister wants a New Year's resolution, how about starting with telling the truth to the British people?" Her comments were met with raucous applause from the Conservative benches, underscoring the fierce political divide over Brexit's legacy and future implications. Keir Starmer's response, defending Labour's vision. Keir Starmer, however, refused to back down. He hit back at Badenoch's accusations with a sharp critique of the previous Conservative government's track record. Starmer pointed to the significant financial challenges the country faces, highlighting a £22 billion budget deficit and record-high levels of net migration, both of which he attributed to the Conservatives' mismanagement. Starmer retorted, "While they sit there, carping from the sidelines and talking this country down, this government is getting on with the job. We're not here to pander to fearmongering, we're here to rebuild Britain's future." He further argued that Labour's plans to renegotiate certain aspects of the Brexit deal were rooted in pragmatism, aiming to secure better economic outcomes for British businesses and workers while Starmer framed the Conservatives' criticism as obstructionist and out of touch with the realities faced by ordinary people. Brexit, a never-ending source of political division, the Brexit debate, far from being a settled issue, continues to dominate British political discourse. Labour's proposal to revisit parts of the existing Brexit agreement has sparked fierce debate, with critics like Badenoch arguing that it threatens to reverse the hard-won sovereignty Britain achieved by leaving the EU. Proponents of Labour's approach, however, see it as a necessary step to mitigate the economic disruptions caused by the current arrangements, which many businesses and economists have criticised as overly restrictive. Badenoch seized on these concerns to paint Starmer as weak and willing to capitulate to Brussels. She warned that Labour's plans would undo the progress made since Brexit, tying Britain back into the EU's regulatory framework and eroding its independence. Starmer countered that his government's priority was to address the economic challenges exacerbated by Brexit, including supply chain issues, declining trade volumes, and the struggles faced by small businesses. He argued that his administration's approach was about securing a better deal for Britain, rather than a return to EU dependency. The economic debate, who's to blame, beyond Brexit, the PMQs session delved into broader economic issues, with Starmer and Badenoch trading barbs over the state of the UK economy. Starmer accused the Conservatives of leaving behind an economic mess, citing rising inflation, stagnating wages, and a growing deficit. He argued that Labour's policies were focused on addressing these systemic problems and rebuilding economic resilience. Badenoch, however, dismissed Starmer's critique as deflection. She accused Labour of failing to present concrete solutions to the economic challenges the country faces, labeling their proposals as wishful thinking that lacked substance. Badenoch also highlighted Labour's immigration policies, claiming they had failed to deliver on promises to control borders and reduce net migration, which hit record levels this year. The stakes of the debate, the fiery exchange at PMQs, was more than just a typical political showdown. It revealed the high stakes and intense pressure faced by both leaders. For Kemi Badenoch, this was an opportunity to assert her leadership of the Conservative Party and position herself as the defender of Brexit's legacy. Her aggressive line of attack reflects her efforts to consolidate support among Brexiteers and challenge Labour's narrative ahead of the next general election. For Keir Starmer, the confrontation underscored the challenges of governing in a deeply polarized environment. While Labour enjoys a comfortable lead in opinion polls, the party faces mounting pressure to deliver tangible results on key issues such as the economy, healthcare, and immigration. Starmer's performance at PMQs was aimed at reassuring voters that his government remains focused on addressing their concerns, even as it faces relentless opposition from the Conservatives. The future of Brexit and Britain's path forward. The debate over Brexit is unlikely to fade anytime soon. Labour's plans to renegotiate aspects of the Brexit deal reflect a recognition that the current arrangements are far from perfect. However, any attempt to revisit the agreement risks reigniting old divisions and fueling accusations of betrayal from Brexiteers. The Conservative Party, meanwhile, is grappling with its own challenges. Under Badenoch's leadership, the party has sought to rebuild its credibility after a series of electoral defeats and internal scandals. Her aggressive stance on Brexit and criticism of Labour signal a return to the combative style that characterized the early years of the Brexit campaign. As Britain navigates this complex political landscape, the question remains: can the country find a path forward that reconciles economic pragmatism with political sovereignty? Or will the Brexit debate continue to divide and dominate British politics for years to come? The explosive row at PMQs on December 18, 2024, was a vivid reminder of the enduring tensions surrounding Brexit and its aftermath. The clash between Keir Starmer and Kemi Badenoch highlighted the deep divisions in British politics and the competing visions for the country's future. While Starmer defended Labour's pragmatic approach to Brexit and economic challenges, Badenoch's fiery rhetoric resonated with those who fear a return to EU influence. As the UK heads into a pivotal year, the outcomes of these debates will shape not only the political fortunes of Starmer and Badenoch, but also the future direction of the nation. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the battle for Britain's soul is far from over.